Welcome. I am Judy Tortelli, Project Manager for the RTC, and I'm here today to tell you about the Reno Consolidated 2001 project. The project limits are on California Avenue from Hunter Lake Drive to Booth Street, on Mayberry Drive from Memory Lane to the California Avenue intersection, and on West 1st Street from Sierra Street to Virginia Street. Today I will give you an overview of the project purpose and goals. We'll go through the scope, look at the conceptual design, touch on changes the project will implement, and wrap up with schedule and next steps. The project purpose is pavement preservation. The RTC keeps an inventory of the condition of our regional roadways to make sure that they are maintained in good condition. Mayberry Drive, California Avenue, and West 1st Street were noted as pavement preservation candidates last year. These streets are beginning to deteriorate, and it's time to fix them up. Once these roads were identified, a goal of the project was to address multimodal access. It's not just about the cars on the roadway, it's about the pedestrians that use the sidewalk, providing access to transit facilities, and looking at safe options for bicyclists. I'm going to talk about the project based on geographic locations since the areas are split up. Let's start with the California Avenue and Mayberry Drive section. This map shows the limits of the project on California Avenue and Mayberry Drive. We will be looking at roadway rehabilitation options, ADA improvements, bicycle and pedestrian connectivity, and improved safety. The California Avenue and Mayberry Drive intersection is one of those areas where we wanted to focus on improving safety. You can see here is a picture of that existing intersection. That free right turn encourages speeding into the residential area. There are no crosswalks throughout the intersection. The eastbound through has challenging sight distances back towards Rayleigh's, and the northbound through and eastbound left turn movements are prohibited. Here is a picture of the conceptual design showing the new layout of this intersection. We will be reconfiguring it to a four-way intersection with crosswalks. It will reduce speeds entering the neighborhood by this little bulb out that we're putting in as you enter into California Avenue. There's less conflict points between pedestrians, bicycles, and vehicles. All of this will make a safer roadway. Now let's switch to transit improvements. RTC Ride Route 16, also known as Idlewild, serves this area. It is a westbound route that goes westbound on California Avenue and then turns right on Hunter Lake down to Idlewild Drive. For this project, we will be improving two bus stop locations. The first one is on California Avenue. It's highlighted there by the green arrow. That bus stop we will be moving about 200 feet to the east at the Arbutus Forson Drive intersection. We will widen sidewalk there for ADA compliance, and we're looking at adding street lighting. The other bus stop that we're planning to improve is the one on Hunter Lake Drive at California Avenue. Again, that one is highlighted by a green arrow on the map. Here we will be widening the sidewalk for ADA compliance. So in addition to those improvements that I talked about, we will be adding sidewalk and bike facilities along both sides of California Avenue for connectivity from Hunter Lake all the way to Booth Street. We will be adjusting the width of the westbound travel lane to better accommodate the buses. We will be varying our sidewalk widths to better accommodate utility issues. I talked about the bus stop improvements that we'll be doing, and we'll also be tying into the recently constructed sidewalk street improvements at the Booth Street intersection. So here is our conceptual design layout. On the screen, you can see California Avenue from Hunter Lake Drive to the Arbutus Street Forson Drive intersection. Down on the bottom, Mayberry Drive is also shown from Memory Lane to California Avenue. So this is our conceptual design as it sits right now. We're looking at maintaining sidewalk connectivity on both sides of the roadway. So this picture here just continues the conceptual design on California Avenue from Forson Drive to Booth Street. You can see still we are continuing to maintain that sidewalk connectivity all the way down to Booth Street, and then down at the Booth Street intersection we're just tying into existing improvements that were completed last year. This slide here kind of highlights the cross-section of improvements that we're doing at different areas along the project limits. I'm going to touch on each of these areas going along the project limits from west to east. Starting with California Avenue from Hunter Lake to Mayberry Drive. For this stretch of roadway, we will be adding sidewalk on both sides of the street, so we have that sidewalk connectivity that I was talking about. The sidewalk width on the south side will be maintained at 5 feet, and on the north side, it will vary between 5 and 5.5 feet. On this stretch of road, we will be adding bicycle sharrows in both travel lanes because there's not width out there to stripe bike lanes. The next stretch of roadway is on Mayberry Drive from Memory Lane to California Avenue. For this stretch of road, we are maintaining the existing section. We're not making any changes out there. We're going to fix deteriorated sidewalk, but there's already sidewalk on both sides of the road and striped bike lanes through this section. The next little piece is on California from Mayberry Drive to Arbutus Street, Forson Drive intersection. For this stretch of roadway, we're going to be widening sidewalk on the north side to 5 feet, and we'll be adding sidewalk on the south side of the roadway. That sidewalk will vary between 4 and 5 feet depending on existing utility pole locations. Continuing on down California from the Forson intersection down to Booth Street, we will be widening the sidewalk on the north side to 6 feet, and we'll be installing continuous sidewalk on the south side at 6 feet where utilities allow. Okay, now let's move to the West 1st Street area in downtown Reno. This map shows the project limits in purple. They go on West 1st Street from Sierra Street to Virginia Street. For this stretch of roadway, we will be looking at roadway rehabilitation options, ADA improvements, and sidewalk replacements. On West 1st Street, we will be looking at ADA improvements to sidewalks and ramps. The Sierra Street intersection will be a complete reconstruction with the concrete crosswalks being removed. We will put back your traditional striped crosswalks within that intersection. A grind and overlay rehabilitation option will be utilized for 1st Street from Sierra Street to Virginia Street. So here's our schedule. The design team has been working on design last year and through February of this year. Right now, it's May, and we're doing this virtual project presentation to let you know about this project. We will be working on final design through December of this year and anticipate construction to happen late summer of 2021. So budget and next steps. The total project budget. This is a $4.4 million investment in our community. This project is funded with RTC 5 fuel tax funds. Some of our next steps are to finish up preliminary and final design, do right-of-way, look at utility design and relocations, and then on to construction. So comments or questions? We still want to hear from you. You can complete a comment question form and mail it to me. Where do you find those comment question forms? I have them posted on the project website. To find those forms, you can go to rtcwashoe.com and search Reno Consolidated 2001 project. You can fill out one of those forms and email it to me. My email address is jtortelli@rtcwashoe.com. You can also contact me via phone. My phone number is listed up there on the screen. Please get those comments to me by the end of June. I will be posting a comment matrix on the project website, which will list responses to all comments received so that people can view those. So keep an eye out for those towards the end of July. Well, thank you for watching this virtual project presentation, and I look forward to hearing from you all. Please reach out to me should you have any questions.